Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel, and we're back here at Scott Harvey Auto Group on the Kia side to take a look at the all-new for 2022 Kia EV6. This one behind me happens to be a GT line First Edition. So we're going to take a look at this. I'm very, very excited that the dealership made this car available to the channel today, and I want to thank them very much. But let's get into the exterior of this car. As you can see, this has a very aggressive front end, low slung hood, which I like. The color on this particular EV6 is called Glacier, which is this really nice, deep looking pearl white, which I really, really like. All the lighting here is all LED headlights, LED daytime running lights. You also have gloss black on the lower part of the grille, followed by some silver. We have some fake venting on the sides, which I do not like. I was hoping we'd have functional side air curtains on this car, but we don't. And then we have the simulated tiger nose grille up top and the new badge for 2022. All right, guys, wheel and tire package on this EV6. We have a 20-inch wheel, gloss black and silver. I like the design. Obviously, this is designed to channel air across the wheel to make the car more slippery and to extend range. It is a 255 on the width, 45 series sidewall, and this is wrapped in Continental all-season tires. Same size wheel and tire on all four corners. This car has two electric motors, one on the front and one on the rear axle, so this is an all-wheel drive model. As we come down the side of the car, I love that line that comes right down the middle of the door panels, kind of separates the top from the bottom. We have gloss black on the lower door sill, as well as gloss black around the wheel arches. Let me know how you feel about that. Gloss black is nice, but it could show some wear pretty quickly. We have door handles that are color matched, but also flat, and as you approach the car with the key, they open. On top of the car, we have the sunroof, color matched on the top, and also your shark fin antenna, as well as a roof spoiler that comes off the back of the window. All right, guys, rear end of the car, nice Kia badge, nice little lip spoiler that comes up on the back to move air across the top of the car. Of course, we have more gloss black and more fake venting along the bottom. I wish they would just smooth out the bottom. I'm not trying to make it look like a vent. But it's all gloss black on the back. Here is your lighting up top. This is all LED lighting for turn signals and for your lights at night, as well as brakes. All right, guys, back here is your charge port. You just push on it here. It opens up, and there is your charge point in here for your level 2 charger. Kia is estimating you can go from 10% charge to 80% charge in only 18 minutes with their 800 volt architecture that they put into this car, which is very, very fast for any other car in its class. All right, guys, we're looking at the front mounted trunk. As we open this up, you can see you have enough room in here for probably your charger and maybe a few things, but it's very, very small. Not really much storage in here at all. The lithium-ion battery will give you an estimated 310 miles of range. MPGEs, 116 in the city, 94 on the highway, 105 combined. And Kia is estimating 32 kilowatt hours used per 100 miles. All right, guys, as you open the front door, I like this plaque that they put in there. EV6 First Edition. Very, very nice touch there. That's obviously a First Edition little plus. And then the foot box, I like. It has a nice large dead pedal, even though it would have been nice to have that in aluminum trim. We have aluminum trim on the brake and accelerator. The driver has electric assist and lumbar, which is nice. And the passenger front seat is also power and lumbar. The interior of this car, and I don't know if it comes through on the video, is dark green. This is a Glacier exterior with a dark green interior. And as you can see here in the sun, the green trim around the center console, which is cool. All right, guys, we're inside the EV6. And I have to tell you, as I always say, I have to tell you, it's a Jersey thing. The interior is very nicely appointed. This is all recycled material on the interior of this car, trying to make it more eco-friendly. So these are vegan leather seats, all recycled material, which is really cool. But before we get into the actual specifics of the interior, go over a couple of things. With the dual motor, as I forgot to mention earlier when we were looking at underneath the hood, is the fact that you have 320 horsepower, 446 pound-feet of torque. And that torque, since it's all electric, is instantaneous from stop to go. It's boom, boom, which is really cool. You don't have to wait for the turbochargers and the engine to spool up. The torque's immediate. The MPGEs I mentioned earlier, and the range on the dual motor GT line, 275 miles. If you go with the rear motor only, you're down to a little over 225 horsepower, but you're going to get 320 miles of range. So it depends on what you want. Obviously, the GT is coming out soon, and the GT is going to max up the horsepower to 576, and it's going to be a real rocket. But then, of course, that hurts range. So that's kind of where we are. MSRP on this car, the way it's optioned, and the first editions are optioned with just about everything you can think of, is $59,945. Sounds like a lot of money, but let's see what you get. All right, guys, I like the design of the door panel. You do have piano gloss black plastic around the door handles and around the switchgear, which is going to show fingerprints, which I'm not a big fan of. But overall, it's nice. You have the Meridian 14-speaker optional sound system, which is going to be great for your sound. As we move over to the dash, you have this vegan material on top, which looks very, very nice. You have your vents, which kind of blend right in with the way the dashboard meets the head unit, which is very modern, looks very nice. And I don't know if you can see this, but this is blue LED lighting that goes all the way across here, just above your nav and radio controls, which is really cool. The head unit has been updated, 12-inch head unit from Kia. It has all the standard stuff you would expect from Kia, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and all those great things. It is a touchscreen. It is very responsive, as we've showed you in the past. And another little cute little nugget I like in here, if you go into settings and then you go to sound, and then you come down here to active sound design, you now can change how loud you want the internal sound in the car, or if you want none. And then if you go to advanced settings, now you can come up with either a stylish sound, a dynamic sound, cyber sound, or a customized sound. We're going to choose cyber for our drive today to see what that sounds like. But that just gives you something rather than listening, if you're not listening to music, rather than having it totally silent in the car, which is very interesting. We'll get back out to our map. And as we come down below, we have our controls for our climate and the radio and nav. Now, this is a dual purpose LED screen here. So right now we're on map, nav, radio, media, and whatnot. If we want to go to our climate, we hit this button here. And now we're in our climate, where we can adjust our climate control. This is dual climate control, as you can see. And if we want to sync it, the passenger and the driver, we hit sync, and now they're both, the same. And your front and your rear defrost is here. If you want to go back to your nav and radio controls, then you have to hit this button, and now it goes back to where it was. So that's a dual purpose screen. It's called haptic feedback. A lot of people don't like it. I think I can live with it if I own this car. We go below the center console, down towards the foot box, as you can see, we have a USB-A, a USB-C, and then as we come in further, we have a USB and a 12 volt, as well as a storage area that's underneath the center console. So you have an open center console, which they can do because there is no transmission tunnel, because we have an electric car. Now we come to the front of the center console. As you can see, you have heated seats and ventilated seats for the driver and the passenger, plus a heated steering wheel right here, all touch sensitive. As we move down further, you have your power button to turn the car on and off. You have your dial for selecting your gear, drive, neutral, hold it in for reverse, it turns red. Go back to park, you push the center button and you're back in park. This is a 1-speed transmission because we have an electric car. We have our nice EV6 First Edition badge on the center console. This is number 971 of 1500. Down further here, you have your parking button. Right, and this is going to show you up top the rear and your 360 camera with nice trajectory either way. Very, very nice. This is your auto hold for your park, and then underneath the center armrest is your wireless charging pad. Center armrest is nice. It has that nice green material on it, recycled material. And then underneath you have storage in there, as well as 2 cup holders and a little snack tray right in there. Here is the Kia key fob. And again, it's that detonator style key fob with your door lock button, door unlock button. You have your press and hold for your trunk, as well as the panic mode. And then on the side, you have remote start. And these 2 buttons will actually move the car on its own while you're outside of the car to get it out of a tight parking spot. So just, think maybe you park somewhere and people park too close to you and you don't want to try to squeeze in and open the door and damage your door or damage the other car. You can unlock the car first. You then press and hold the auto start button for 4 seconds to let the car turn on. And then you press and hold this button in the middle for 4 seconds, and you'll hear the car turn on from the outside, and you will then see it start moving forward. If you would like to put it back in its spot, then you can let your finger off the button here, press this button, hold it down for 4 seconds, and the car will start moving backwards. I kind of demonstrated that on the opening credits, where I moved the car out of its parking spot on its own, and that's kind of how that works. It's really a cool feature, and I really like that. All right, guys, here's the Kia steering wheel. Nice steering wheel. I'm not so sure. I like the 2-spoke design. May look like, 1990s Buick Roadmaster a little bit. New Kia badge here. You have your controls on the left for your safety suite, blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, cross traffic alert, highway assist, those types of things, auto collision braking. And then on the right, you have your phone and your voice commands, as well as the different modes you can go through on the dash. Now, this is an all digital Kia dash, which is nice. Nice digital display. It's another 12-inch display. And that'll give you, right now, we only have 71 miles left. And we are parked. You have down here on the bottom, it'll let you know the percentage of battery charge. We're down to 29%. And then this is your regen level. Right now it's set to regen level 0, which would mean you're going to need to use the brake pedal in order to stop the car. If you use the paddles on the sides of the steering wheel, you can up this to regen level 3, and that will allow you to 1-pedal drive, which means as soon as you take your foot off the accelerator, the car will stop on its own, and will use that friction or regen to put more juice back into the battery. On the steering wheel, you have your drive mode button. And as you can see, we are in sport, and you have eco, and you have normal. And then if you hold it down, you go into snow mode. So sport, you get that red change. Eco, you go to green. And normal is white and blue. So very, very nice on the mode button. And again, that mode button is right here on the steering wheel. All right, guys, we are in the rear of the EV6 rear seat, and I am 5'11". I have plenty of headroom, plenty of space for my knees. This seat is set for my driving position, so I think it looks good. The only thing that feels a little weird is my knees feel higher than they normally should be. Now, I've tried messing around with the seat a little bit to recline it, which it does recline, but it doesn't alleviate the fact that my knees feel a little high. And with a flat floor, I feel that's kind of strange, unless the floor in back here is a little bit higher because the battery packs are underneath, and that could very well be. But as we move to the door panel, we have the same nice soft touch material on top. We have that gloss black plastic along the door handle with the brushed aluminum finish on the door handle. We do have heated seats in the back, which is nice. And again, that Meridian sound system speakers back here as well, which I bet sound really good. All right, guys, as we move along, you have your rear heat and air in the door pillars. This is the driver's side door pillar. And then as we come across, there is the vent on the passenger side B pillar, which is really cool. And then on the back, you have nice pouches on the back of both seats, which is nice. And then you have your 2 USBs for your rear seat connectivity in the backs of each front seat, which I think is really neat. All right, guys, we're at the back of the car, and we're going to show you the storage area. To get the back lift gate to open, you just reach down here, push the button, and up it comes. Nice electric assist, nice speed on the way up. You do have electric assist up and down, which is nice. And back here you have plenty of room. Plenty of room here, 28 cubic feet of space with the rear seats up. Right, you have the carpeted floor mats which come with the car, but this car just arrived, so they're not in the car yet. And underneath, you have a storage area with your tire mobility kit, as well as some other Kia goodies. And then, to put the rear seats down, we have this handle right here. And if you pull that seat side goes down, and then the opposite side, that seat goes down. And now with those down, you have 58 cubic feet of space, which is very, very nice. I didn't think it was going to be that large when I first saw this car, but it is nice, and I like the lift back on this car. All right, guys, we're driving the EV6 GT line First Edition, and it's driving like a mad dog. It's driving very nice. And certainly not like a mad dog. This isn't a mad dog kind of car. The GT will be the mad dog one. But this has got a very smooth ride. It's got nice acceleration. You know, with the dual motor, you're talking 320 horsepower, 446 on the torque. Range gets cut down. Earlier in the video, I mentioned 320 miles of range. That is for the rear drive with only. The all-wheel drive, you're looking at 274, 275 roughly, and those are the estimates for the dual motor all-wheel drive. So my mistake earlier in the video, I wanted to correct that now. But the steering is very direct. You point the car where you want it to go, and it goes. I'm feeling some nice feedback through the steering wheel of what my front tires are doing as I'm driving down the road. So that's nice. Something nicer than what you would see on an SUV. I mean, this is a car. It is not a crossover. I have a nice head-up display giving me my miles per hour. Plus, it has road sign, traffic sign recognition. So it'll let me know what the posted speed limit is, no matter what road I'm on or where I am. And it also has the navigation aids. When you have an address plugged into your navigation system, the turn-by-turn directions will also show up in your head-up display, which is nice.
But overall, nice package. It's kind of gotten really warm out today, and I had to turn the air conditioning on. Air conditioning feels good, and I'm enjoying this quite a bit. It has nice turns. Now I only have about 30% on this battery, so I'm not going to go too far. This thing needs to get charged up more before you start hooning it around. Car is definitely, with the GT line and the additional horsepower with the dual motors, hooning is definitely possible. Now you have paddle shifters on the steering wheel, and the paddle shifters control your regen braking. So if you want to do max regen and one pedal driving, which means if you let your foot up off the accelerator, the car will stop on its own. You can do that. That's level 3. But if you want to drive it like a regular car and push the brake yourself when you go to stop, because that's what you're used to doing, you can hit the left paddle. You can hit the right paddle, excuse me, and that will take you back down to level 1 or level 0. And that takes level 0 takes all the regen off. Now the car feels like it's flowing easier. It's not being held back as much with that regen on. And now when I come to a stop sign, I'm going to actually use the brake in order to get the car to stop. So it all depends on how you want to drive it, whether you want to have your regen, which is going to put some juice back into the battery, or you can use it like a normal car and use no regen, and then step on the brake as you come to a stop like you would normally do. So I like that option, using the paddles. I think that's pretty cool. But overall, nice package. We have nice LED interior lighting. All the lighting in this car is LED. And you have a nice sunroof, which is cool. And you have your interior lights here on the overhead console, as well as your UVO link. I think they call it now Kia Connect. It used to be called UVO or UVO or whatever the heck they called it. And you have your Kia Connect link there as well. But overall, nice. The one critique that I have is there's a lot of piano gloss black plastic in the car. Now, this definitely has a futuristic design. Some people are going to like it, some people aren't going to like it, but it's definitely got a futuristic design. Why go backwards with piano gloss black plastic on all the parts of the car you're going to touch? The door handles, the windows, the center console where you have your heated and cooled seats, where you have your dial for the different driving modes. It just doesn't make much sense to me. So that would be my one big critique about this particular car. But overall, a really nice package, a really nice drive. This first edition, which we're in now, only 1,500 were made. And that is, this one again is number 971 out of 1,500. And it's a really great first shot for Kia's first all-electric platform. It is a great shout for their first try. And they really put a lot of thought behind this, and you can really tell. And so I'm very, very pleased. But I want to thank Scott Harvey Auto Group, Frankie the Sales Ninja, for hooking me up with this first edition EV6. And I want to thank everybody for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you guys on the rebound. Take care, everybody.